thank God that we have crossed the first hurdle, which is getting the Senatorial tickets to represent our great people of Lagos Central District. Of course, the campaign has not started, but we are prepared. We are doing prior campaign strategy, prior to campaign strategy. So that's where we are right now, but it's going very well.
Give us an idea of the feedbacks you've gotten from the Lagos Central District.
Yeah, the feedback has been very, very, very good. Very, very good. Number one, people are tired of APC, and they just want a breath of fresh air into the community. They want someone that is a proper Lagosian. They want someone that knows what he's doing and is determined to represent them at the upper chamber. And that's where I'm coming in. But the people have been very, very, very happy to welcome me into the PDP fold.
Okay. As you move around and you meet with people, what's your message to them? What are you saying to them?
My message to people is that the hope is coming. And I thank God that the last election in Osun State has really, really helped us out in cascading the feelings of people towards PDP. It's now showing that there's something on the horizon that is changing. And it's going to blow, it's going to be like a wind, it's going to be like a tsunami that's going to blow all over the southwest of Nigeria. And I thank God that at least we know that there's hope coming, and people know that there's hope coming, and that's where we are right now.
Okay, talking about the last Osun elections, what's your view? How do you see the whole?
Well, I'll say that was one of the happiest days of my political career, because now see a new paradigm. We now see a new system, because if the if the card readers, the biometrics are not in place, then it will have been very difficult, because that's where the collation center is where they normally do the magic. But now, I want to thank our president, who has been magnanimous in giving us the opportunity of getting the true leadership that we really want all over Nigeria. This has created a forum for us to know that there's hope now. Your vote, every person's vote will now be counted. And it will not just not be counted honorably, it will be seen to be counted. And that's where we are. The system is working, it has worked almost 99.9%. And when we were watching the results online, personally, I didn't sleep. I just wanted to know that can this really happen in Nigeria? Because I was wondering why we couldn't have done it prior to this. We all have POS. We can put it on the same platform of the POS, and then do the normal rights, people's right to vote, and to be counted for. So that's the feelings that I got that day.
Let me take you back a bit. How did you feel when you emerged the central ending for Lagos Central when it happened?
I want you to remember that I was going for governorship.
Yes.
Then I thought about it and said, well, there's a younger guy, dynamic. The community will accept him, and it'll be easier sell. So I now decided to go for the Senate. I was very, very happy. If you see my remarks that day, was that this is going to be a new face for Lagos. And I'll tell you one thing. Lagos has not seen anything yet. I've spoken with our Excellency, our incoming governor, and we both have a plan and a future for Lagos. Lagos is going to be totally transformed. And of course, based on what I have done so far, I knew that it would be very difficult for anybody to have beaten, knock on wood, Gomez coming for Senate in PDP. I know it's going to be very difficult. Just because I've worked. I've really worked, and I didn't work because of anything. I worked because I needed my party to rise up and fight. And they did. They did for me. I thank every member of PDP who has gotten up and fight. And we're still going to fight. We're still going to, work hard to take over Lagos. We're not there yet. But I was very happy when the result came, and I knew that it's a gift from God, and that God will make me get there.
Many people were also surprised when the party came up with Funke Akindele as running mate to the gubernatorial candidate. Can you tell us a bit about how this will help the party?
I know people were surprised, but I know for a fact that lady has the crowd with her. She's also a barrister, which means she's educated enough to think out of the box. And she'll be like a rib to the incoming government, because no matter what you say, she's educated, but she chose to go for acting as a hobby. And people should not fault her because she did Jennifer whatever. You have to look at the fact that, hey, this woman is a barrister, which means she's got what it takes there. That's number one. Number two is the fact that she's got feasibility. People are talking about it now. That's what we wanted. We want someone that people can talk about. Thank God they're talking about it now. And she's come out with some interviews which she has done very well. And she's spoken very well. And it's better than someone that's already... I remember a few years back, we had a hairdresser. And you can't compare the two. Yes, she acted and she's acting good. And look at the president of Ukraine, an actor. And he's doing very well. Russia could not believe where they are now. But with Funke, I know that she'll do a very good job. I believe she'll do a very good job because she's exposed, she's an entrepreneur, she's educated. What else do we need? We just need someone to add to the value of what our incoming government has. And that's what if you look at the combination, you see chemistry within them. That's what you want. You don't want someone to fight your system. You want someone that people can work as a team. And that's what we have.
Let's talk about the other candidates that will be competing with you from the other parties. How do you see the array of candidates?
I don't see personally. When we start the campaign, it will be a totally different thing. Yes, I know Shilokun is there. Is a current deputy speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly. But that's not what it takes now. People are just tired of APC. They need to carry their bag and move. They've done, they've really tried. Honestly, they've really given their best. They have done very, 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 very well. But that very, very well is not good enough for negotiations. We need someone better. You can look at the structure we have now. We don't want any Babasope that will cascade you from deputy. What have you done when you were there? What laws did you bring when you were in Lagos as a speaker or deputy speaker or whatever you are? That is what people are looking for. They want someone that has the feelings of the people. Now, there's something in economics called law of diminishing return. Honestly, APC is diminished, and we need a return of PDP into Lagos. That's what we want, and that's why I'm not even worried about him. I'm not even thinking about him. I'm thinking about the laws we're going to bring in to make Lagos a better place for us.
Tell us a bit about Lagos Central. What are your plans? What are your views or vision for that district?
Well, there are things right now that when I went through all the local governments, I saw so many horrible things that I think a new law in Lagos will help out. For example, we have the transportation system. The old archaic system of moving people has to change. We're going to bring law that will assist the government, that will turn things around in all my local governments. I have 5 local governments. I have Lagos Island, I have Lagos Mainland, I have Apapa, I have Sule, and I have Etiosa. All those are the principal economic chain of value of Nigeria. And those are the areas that we're going to concentrate on. Number one, we're going to bring in, we're going to try to bring in laws that will help bring even international investors into Nigeria. Look at our cultural artifacts. Look at the things we do as negotiations, like the Eyo and all these things we do. Things that will modernize. That's number one. Number two is the fact that with the economic hub of Lagos is being truncated by the Apapa and Tinkan Islands. We need to modernize those areas that would help to bring businesses to Nigeria. Those are the things that are in my head. If you don't, when I was growing up, Lagos was never like this. We used to go to Apapa and have fun in Apapa. I used to go to the Tinkan Island. I used to go to everywhere for us to see how sheep come into Nigeria. We can't do all those again. Our economy has been bastardized. We need to bring laws. You see, I'm glad that you chose me to represent PDP. The economic hub of Nigeria is the Lagos Central Temporary District. Take it or leave it, right? And a senator of that must be someone that is internationally exposed, very versatile, and a business person, which I am. So I know where they shoot pains, and I know the ways by which we can solve it. That's why going into that field, onto that sector as a senator, I believe that things will change because I know what it's going to take to change this.
I mean, like you said, you have international experience and all that. Can you just give us a summary, a bit of your profile?
Wale Gomez is a fine boy. I'm just don't put that together. All right. Wale Gomez is someone that's been in the face of people for a long time. I have been a well-known businessman. I have also been a musician. I've also been a football player. I'm an Arsenal fan. And I got into politics not as a professional politician, but as a professional in politics, which is the difference. When you go abroad, most of the people that you see that are politicians are business people. They're highly intelligent. So when they advise or they bring in things or laws into communities, they bring it out of their professional expertise. Most of our politicians are coming from the lower ladder to become leaders in everything they know, rather than being leadership first, having been a leader first, and then use that experience to assist the community. That's what I am. I'm just an ordinary plain, no security guard person. No security person, but I'm just a simple person.
At what point did you start losing the idea of going into full-time politics?
All right. I used to live in America. I still live in America. And when I come home, anytime I come home, I feel like crying because I know we can do it. But there's no way me feeling that way without even being part of it. I don't know. I did at the first. What go? I didn't understand. I didn't know what it is to be a politician. I just knew something is wrong, and I knew that I've been a PDP member for all my life. I haven't been to any other party, and I thought if I can add my little pence, my little self into it. I used to have one of my best friends, Richmond Dyer Johnson, who was we grew up together, we school together, and he's always telling me you'll be very good at politics because you have the heart of people in your heart. Because we always sit down together and talk about Nigeria. We cannot all sit down. Most of us that are educated, that are enlightened, cannot sit down and let non-entities decide for our children and children yet unborn. So I was advised that I should consider going to politics, and I said, nah, until it got to me that I got a spiritual advice. That's what we are putting. That's go, I'll be with you. And that's why I decided to take over politics.
What do you think has been wrong with Nigeria as a country in terms of leadership? What are your own thoughts on this?
Like I always say, it's simple management problem. That is what's wrong with Nigeria. If you put the wrong person at the helm of affairs of a country, of an entity, you'll mess it up. Alright? You can't expect us to keep doing things the same way again. What is wrong with Nigeria purely is proper planning, proper management, and people that have been outside that really understand how it is to manage an economy, right? I'm not saying just going for a holiday. I'm saying you've seen how Oyinbos, like in quotes, manage the economy, how they plan it. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, they have all the plans in place and they put it to a letter. And I'll tell you one thing, it can be done. And I know sincerely that someone that we know can do it is coming soon. That person will be the one that will change everything in Nigeria. And I pray that people will understand that it's not about the past, it's about the future now. That we need to take over the future of our country. What's been the main problem is that the people that are that someone was saying you have to have the breath of Nigeria for you to live. The bottom line, you have to go past your ethnicity, you have to go past your religious bias, you have to go past your educational value. Just see that you want to change this country for better. There's corruption there. Let me tell you, I'll give you an example. Look at the votes we had on Saturday. Ordinarily, we would have lost. Ordinarily, if it were those days where coalition center, it's the coalition they would normally beat us. We have lost. It's technology, that saved us. We need to be saved by technology. And you know what? It's the youths. Look at when they did the EndSARS. See how they planned the whole thing. That's where it's the youth that can change this country. And that's one of the reasons why I left. I didn't want to go for government again because I see the youths are there to do this thing. We can give them advice as a senator and or put down laws they have to follow. But it's the youths that can change this country. They have what it takes. You know, look at the things they have brought out. Look at the ideas they brought out. So many ideas they brought out. That is where we should go to save Nigeria. Nigeria is in a mess. Honestly, we're seriously in a mess. We don't know yet until the books are open for them to see. Thank you.
What's your view about your choice of presidential candidates? There's been so much talk about your presidential candidate, and I get to one of that. How do you see him? How do you see his choice? And the fact that there's been so much said and about him.
My choice is a person I've walked around, I've been with, I've sat down with him, we've talked, and I feel that at this point in time, Nigeria does not need a rookie. We don't need someone that's coming to train. We need someone that is ready to fight, that has the experience, that has the educational background, that has the physical attributes, and that has the experience of managing an entity or global entity. Atiku manages a global entity. And the other thing is that when an Atiku comes into a foyer, you know that's your president. You know that is your president. When the other ones, when they come in, you won't even see them as a president because they don't have the aura. And internationally, when an Atiku goes out for a meeting, internationally, you know that person talks like a president. Whoever they're trying to use now does not have that. That's number two. Number three is the fact that he has been able to work with presidents over time, businessmen over time. He has businesses in most of the major countries, European countries, South African countries, over time. So he has learned the trade. He has nothing to hide. He has everything to expose. The person we're looking at, the other person, nobody knows anything. Everything is hidden on that plate. It's on that cover. We don't want to cover thing. We don't want it. We cannot. How do I put it? Confirm certain things about the person. So if you can't confirm, then there's so many things that are on that cover. So we want an Atiku. Nigeria should look for an Atiku that has the experience to take us out of this country right now. We don't need training, or we don't need someone who can vouch for. That's right.
How about those who also say that it's not morally right for you to have a northerner replace a northerner? What's your,
I like that question. You see, when you look at the calculation, the Southerners have done maybe 12 years or something like that. The Southerners have done 8. I mean, the Northerners have done 8, the Southerners have done 12. So they're just bringing him in to finish the spot they left behind. And he's doing 1 year by the new law. You see, no matter what Buhari has done to us, I've forgiven him. You know why I've forgiven him? Because for him signing that electoral act is the best thing he has done for Nigeria. And what the act says is that Buhari can only do 1 term, and another person will come in who will be a Southerner. So, nothing doesn't make any sense. As long as my country is all right, and I believe it. I've seen the manifesto, and I believe with everything I have that we're going to have the best president ever in this country.
What do you also
the best prepared president? There's some president that came in they were never prepared. The best prepared president.
There's been so much noise about UK losing out, or UK losing out, and all that. What's your view about all of that?
Yes, UK losing out. We're all family. Because we're trying to eat food, and one of us was told not to eat meat, and he goes out to recoup himself, go for graduation, and he's coming in back with the family, and we're going to give him the best meat on the plate. So that doesn't mean anything. What it means is that we're a big family, united. Look at what's going to happen in APC. Look at the Muslim. That's a question that is even more important than Wike. Because Wike is a family affair. We're going to solve it. As a matter of fact, we're going to solve it very, very soon. And people will see the best mobilizer come out and support APC and PDP. But as far as the other party is concerned, they brought out a Muslim, which means all Christians, all northern Christians in APC is not worth being the vice president of APC. That's just what it means, and that's even more problem than having Wike not being part of being a vice president.
Thank you very much.